But again, you hear the cry of the infant. The storm has passed. The ship has run aground on a rocky beach. Beyond the beach, you see a thick forest. You have arrived at the God's Grove. It would normally be a wondrous sight if it wasn't for the scene before you. You brought this upon yourself, Jericho. Your arrogance will be your undoing.
You'll see what happens when you step out of the light. The 9 dies today. We were brothers. We came here for a purpose. We came here to track down an ancient relic.
Prove to me you are worthy, and you may take the dirge. However, if you fail even but one of my riddles, I will strike you down. You see a magnificent golden blade. You hear a low humming sound radiate from it, beckoning you to take your prize. Welcome back, adventurers, to chapter 21 of A Cast of Players. Where we left last time, the pair of you had just descended into the watery depths of the lake in the God's Grove to retrieve Threndron's dirge. And you did. Through brute force in the end. Chef was after that he was off camera going, I knew the answer! I knew it!
No, I wasn't there, I can't help them.
You could have done maybe a psychic message. Well, I don't know.
No.
But that was not the case. So, I'm going to just take a slight liberty, and I'm just going to move the story forward for you both, if that's all right. And for those of you who are waiting outside, if that's where you still are.
Yes, it is.
Yes, do it.
You emerge from the watery depths. The journey back to the surface was much easier. It was almost as if you felt imbued with the power of Threndron's dirge. That, holding your breath, almost felt effortless. As you reach the shore, both Mumbabi and Sahid come out from their hiding places, and assuming as do you two.
Yeah, I'll jump down from my tree.
Very good. Now, one thing I will tell you two is that although for you it probably felt like you were down there for a very short time.
We were down there a very short time.
For you two, a day and a half has passed.
Whoa! Seriously?
Sahid moves forward. Well met, my brothers. We are glad to see you. When you did not return, we feared the worst. He explains the time difference that has happened.
I do not understand why the timeline would be different. Why did you not come and follow us?
Well, we were keeping an eye on young Jericho for a time.
And I sort of look around to...
This morning, he awoke. He left, heading southward. We did not disturb him. I am sorry, Jericho. I have never seen a man in such pain before. Your heart was broken.
Aye. The memories are bitter, but in this reality, things are very different. And he sort of pulls out the dirge, sort of shows what he found.
At this, Zahid almost takes a step back. What is that?
It is known as Threndrin's Dirge. This was the last quest I was on before I was betrayed by my brothers. This is what we came for. This is what they took. But this time, it belongs to me. I can complete the quest.
Did they take it? You said when you awoke the bodies were gone. Perhaps this is exactly how it took place before.
Perhaps. But we came with one thing in mind. I presume they got it back. They would have had to make their way down there, as did we. We were just 2, they were 6.
Maybe. But as you were unconscious, and the fact that they let you live, I am not so sure. I think this is how it played out before.
You believe that they made their way down there and...
No, I believe you two. It was always you two who made your way down there.
In which case, completing your quest, as it were, Jericho, returning this treasure to your lord and master, is perhaps what the temple wants us to do.
Is that what you're going to do?
That was my quest. I feel like I should. I never got to complete it. This could be my chance.
That would mean that the temple wants this weapon to be given to your master. Right?
It could also mean that we have been doing this for, well, since the dawn of time. It could mean a lot of things.
What were your... What will your master do with it?
The intention was to keep it for ourselves, but to keep it hidden, away from anyone. If we knew where it was, so could others. We'd have a chance to keep it safe, so no one could get their hands on it.
So many questions. As you say, if Zahid, if this already happened, who's to say what is about to happen has also already happened?
Also, no disrespect to your former brothers. If you were meant to protect it, they did a terrible job of it.
Perhaps it's down to us.
Maybe. One thing is certain. This trial is not over. We are still here.
So will it be find the remaining traitors in your order, or return it to someone who wants to keep it hidden away, much like it already was. For what end? Or we wander aimlessly.
The lord of our order, his name is Moloch. He is a good man. He always was.
Yet blind to the corruption in your own ranks.
So was I.
And are you a good man, Jericho?
I think I am now. I certainly was then.
Were they good men?
They were.
But
Nothing more.
acting by themselves, I take it. Certainly not under any orders. Or perhaps they knew that you were the only true good one amongst them, and that they had simply acted under orders.
I'm not sure if you can pick up that sound at home, but there is a thunderstorm happening outside. And that timing was amazing.
Literally can't write it.
Sorry, please continue.
We will have to insert that effect.
If Moloch wasn't on it, he would have had me killed. Why bring us all the way out here for this?
The weapon, maybe.
Away from prying eyes. Perhaps others were simply under the impression that you were all on your quest as normal duty and honor demanded, and you simply fell by the wayside. An unfortunate, tragic accident in the midst of your quest. But the returning 5, lauded as heroes and hailed as completers of the quest, who will surely mourn your loss whilst returning this dirge to their master. Under what guise, whether he knew or not, who knows, whether they've scampered off by themselves, or would have, we cannot know. So, as I say, we seek for vengeance. There was 9 of you. Well, you were one and you still stand. 5 lay buried somewhere in this forest now. That leaves 3 more. And your Lord Moloch, was he part of the 9?
Aye.
So we are talking maybe 2 and 1 good man. Or all 3. The other 2, where would they be? With your lord?
I presume so.
Then we can kill many birds with one stone. We can enact vengeance. Or we can reveal the devil for what he is. Or we can complete your quest. All is right with the world. You and the remaining 3 of your order are indeed, deep down, truly good. But we'll have to find out, won't we?
Aye. I believe he's a good man. But a black heart has deep roots. We go to him. If he's turned, there'll be 1 left.
Either way, you will give him the dirge. What end it will be down to you.
Indeed. I know the way.
Then lead on.
Yeah, I gather my pack, my things, to the head of your order then.
I suppose so. Oh, before I go, I'd like to, before I take my stuff back, my sword and the shield and the armor and stuff, I just want to see if any of that plate armor will fit my dimensions.
Unfortunately not.
No,
No, you are a
I am
Chunky boy.
yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I put my chainmail back on.
Okay.
And never take it off again. Just to
Sure.
be clear. No matter how deep the water is, it's staying on forever.
Okay. Very good. So, Jericho, knowing the way, takes you due north through the fog wood. However, you all notice that the fog has now lifted. It is a
I told you it was a stupid.
It is a glorious sunny day. Birds are chirping. Wild deer can be seen grazing. It makes you all suspicious that your dungeon master is about to player kill you. But for now, you are safe. You're following a dirt road that is headed roughly in the right direction. Unless anyone has anything to say at this time, you carry on.
No. Yeah.
No?
Nope.
Okay. We carry on into the evening. As night falls, the woods begin to thin. Ahead, you can see green plains that quickly turn into rocky highlands. Jericho, you know that where you are going to meet Molech is hidden somewhere in those highlands. You remember him telling you something about a hidden monastery.
Start igniting my flint.
It's all right, I've got it, don't worry about it. Stand back, everyone. But exactly where it is, you do not know. So as it is getting late, you now have a choice. You can go looking for the monastery now, or you can make camp and wait until daybreak. What is it you would like to do?
We've been travelling for like the best part of the day, haven't
Yes, you are very tired.
Yeah. You've
But-
taken it.
Yeah, I'm
You've taken a
wounded.
bit-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charred flesh and blisters. Yeah. Not a good look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should have a rest.
Sure.
Yeah. I take off my pack, seeing a clearing ahead as the tree line's thinning, and look to the others to suggest that this might be a good spot.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. You make camp.
And we're in a sort of a thinned part of the forest now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just off to the side of the road. You know, there's a couple of trees around you.
Sure.
You've not passed anyone else on the road or anything like that. And again, you kind of see that this is not the most well-traveled road, but it's still in good repair. But you know, you wouldn't have noticed any tracks of people who've been through here recently or anything like that. You make camp. Sahid, now that he's had the sun on his skin, he's feeling much more settled. You can see that energy of fear that he had earlier when you were back in the Blood Temple has totally gone. Mumbabi hasn't really said anything since his trial.
Unusual.
But you know, he kind of sits. He helps make a fire. Kind of just sits there with his large spear across his lap, and just kind of stares into it.
I won't go into any detail, but I'll just say I before I kind of rest up, I'll cast Alarm again.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay. Very good.
you know what that is.
Yeah.
Might go forage or hunt if there's anything resembling sort of life around here, just so we've got dinner.
Yeah. Why not? You find some. What would that equate to in my brain? Yeah. You catch a couple of hare.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just sort of walk back in with, you know, like two of them sort of by their ears, sort of plonk them down in front of the fire, make a blessing to Viriana.
And Kote comes and sits by you. Doesn't say anything.
He's just like, What you got there, Rin?
You're going to share that, aren't you?
Just looking at the hairs.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna this isn't just for me. I'm not gonna eat 2 entire hairs by myself. I probably
Hakote
Apparently,
was
Hakote could.
absolutely making you aware that it wasn't just for yourself.
Great. So yeah, you do. You cook them over fire, and you are at this moment sitting around enjoying your food. Now is the time if you have anything pressing that you need to bring up. Otherwise, we can start going into your watches.
I'll just quickly regards you. I'm presuming you're eating.
Yeah, I've got a thigh in my mouth.
Hanging out
your
mouth.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I at some stage give thanks to Rin for finding the food, and after I finished, I'll just kind of kick back and start smoking my pipe and chilling out.
Having a good old time.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah, delightful, yeah.
I presume that over the course of the travel as well, you two would have told us what happened down there.
Yeah,
I
I
would've
sort of,
asked
when you
anyway.
said you took the liberty, I assumed that you were basically saying that we
Yeah,
relayed
yeah,
what's happened, yes.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Jericho?
So yeah, regarding you, once you finish your mouthful, we may have changed the ultimate path. This is not how things were intended, but I appreciate your help.
Anytime. As I have said to all of you at one point, we are all in this together. We must persevere. We must complete these trials. Whether Rinarak believes it is for a foul purpose or not, I believe that we were put here for a reason. Bahana is, after all, the god of Arcadon. She will come through for us, but we must have the strength to survive. Not sit on our hands and do nothing and wither away.
Are you actually looking at me at that point?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if you're still sitting next to me. Cause
Yeah, I mean, we would be sort of.
I'm not sort of talking to you, but
Yeah.
I reference you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is still Hakote's way. He's quite sort of direct and almost a bit socially awkward. Yeah. Not really
I've noticed
aware
it.
too much of other people's feelings, but says his mind.
Regardless, whoever's looking after us, we've come this far. We could have walked to the end of our path many times, but we keep going.
That we do. I believe that it was always you that was supposed to take the dirge. You have now fulfilled that task. If it turns out that your master in your order is corrupt, then we will kill him. Otherwise, we will hand the dirge over for safekeeping.
I hope my instincts don't fail me. I know he's a good man, but I thought the same of those other 5, 6, however many. Thank you.
Well,
That's okay.
I say to you, Jericho, you remember the story I told of the buffalo and the spider that my father told me when I was young. Some people just have that in their nature. They are natural predators. They are what perhaps you would call evil. It is not for you to judge who or what makes these men or women what they are. You believed that they were good men. they turned out to be spiders. This is nature's way. I would not linger on it. Rest well, Jericho. We have a long day tomorrow.
Very good.
And I finish my meal, set in for bed, unless you say anything else. No.
Very well. Who's taking last watch?
What is like? We did have like a little order back in the day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like a year ago before COVID.
Yeah, I mean, usually I'm happy to take the last watch because I only need like the 4 hours of sleep, and then I'm long rested at that point, being in a shy.
Makes sense.
So then that way you guys can sort of rest up, and I can just sort of finish the last sort of watch by myself with one person coming in every sort of few hours if they need to.
Sure.
Thing.
Okay.
And then
Very
people
good.
can rest better.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll take the mid watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ren. Dawn begins to dawn.
Ah, it dawns on me that dawn is dawning.
Dawn is dawning. And you notice somewhere in the rocky highland smoke.
How far away, I guess?
Difficult to say from where you are. It's kind of like there's like a highland, there's like rocks, and then it's somewhere behind that, but then there's more rocks behind it.
Okay. And is it like what sort of, is it just like a little like path? Is it, just sort of like black smoke, or are you sort of burying the lead and going, oh, it's actually a demonic red smoke that makes the face of Baal in the clouds?
It's
oh,
not.
Okay. No.
You see smoke that you would probably go, okay, so there's a fire, and not like a campfire.
Sure. Yeah, a big fire then if it's
Yeah.
from there. How long have they all been sleeping for at this point?
I mean, everyone would have the benefits of a long rest at this point.
Okay. Yeah, when I notice it, I'll give it a couple of minutes just to sort of see how it plays out, like if it begins to intensify or if it sort of dies out, or if there's anything else that I can notice sort of.
While it doesn't seem to intensify, it definitely isn't dying out.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I mean, knowing that everyone should be relatively well rested at this point, I will sort of start going around and nudging people. Being like, there is a fire on the horizon. For good or ill, I do not know, but perhaps this is probably a sign. Either the forest is about to burn down, or someone has beat us to the monastery. Either way, we should probably take this as our leave.
Fine. We move.
You're in agreement.
Yep.
Very good. You head towards the smoke.
I presume, again, because I would have checked with you, that this is sort of in the vague direction of where we're meant to be going, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's actually back that way.
We've gone the complete wrong way.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Okay, you head towards the smoke. Soon you are traversing the rocky slopes of the highlands. Samsoon is starting to rise, but it is still kind of dark. Yeah, but it's kind of like dawn's just coming over. The smell of smoke is getting stronger. You find a hidden path between the rocks, and your pace is doubled. As you come around, in the path, you see the monastery. It is a relatively small stone building with a wooden roof, and it is aflame. Its stained glass windows are cracking in the intense heat of the blaze. In the courtyard, you see a toppled statue of Bahana, her head strewn from its body face down in the dirt. Standing before the monastery, you see a group of men adorned in black samurai-style garb. They wear metal-enforced leather breastplates and gauntlets on their arms. On their sides, you see long samurai swords. They have no distinguishing features except both except all are wearing long, oval, pallid white masks. They have 2 slits for eye holes, and a red tear can be seen oozing down from one of their eyes. You recognize this uniform as the one that Quinn wore those many moons ago on the night you fought him and were shipwrecked on Woody Kang. One of them, who's clearly in charge, is barking orders at them. 5 of them rush into the burning monastery, leaving 10 outside. What do you do?
So we recognise these from before,
Yes.
Yeah.
from outside the Blood Temple.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we fought them on the deck of
Yeah,
the ship.
They're the ones
that
that
took us.
to the Blood Temple.
Well, then we were shipwrecked and then
Yeah.
washed up.
Did they take you? That's up for debate. You were on a ship with these people, and the ship was shipwrecked, and you ended up on Woody Kang, which is where.
Yeah, because we've never
Blood
seen
Temple
anyone in
was.
that armour on the island of
No.
Woody Kang, have we? Yeah.
Either way, I look at you and I go, okay, with them, I have no time for diplomacy.
I draw my
Yeah.
axe and one side.
Pollux sees them and I start getting flashbacks to
There's
those.
metal in the armor.
Oh, do they? Thanks, buddy.
The irony was is that you didn't do that once.
I know, right. Well, there was a plan, but it didn't quite play out. But we're still, we still won. So
Yeah. You did a good job.
The end justifies the means.
exactly.
exactly.
We're moving forward. Don't forget the past. And thanks for telling me.
It's okay.
But yeah, I see them and I get flashbacks to that time when we were taken in on the boat. And you almost see me kind of like go, just remembering that. And as he takes a breath in, the eyes start to darken.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'm drawn, ready to go, but I sort of again I'm looking to you like, your lead.
I draw my sword and run.
Jericho.
You ran in. Very good. You are a big man. It's not quiet the way that you do that. They turn. They see you. We'll be right back with initiatives. It is time for initiatives. Jericho, if you'd like to kick us off.
I'd love to. I roll a 13.
Okay.
Unlucky for some.
Very
Unlucky for them.
Very good. Pollux.
I roll a 4.
A mighty 4.
Oh, yeah.
Unlucky for, just a 4.
I'm on 14.
14.
A 2, but plus 7 is a 9.
A 9. Okay, very
I got
good.
that plus 7.
Okay, so I roll. Okay, interesting. We're going to roll off, you and I.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Just a straight off roll off.
Oh, wow.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Right, so you will go first.
Doesn't matter what was wrong.
The order is Hakote. Then it is the samurai there.
Oh dear.
Then it will go Jericho. Then it will go Rin, and then it will go Pollux.
Lucky last.
Yeah, the luckiest of the last. Right, so the scene that you see before you, you've all charged into this courtyard. The samurai have heard you coming. They have all turned and drawn their blade. You obviously are too quick for them, but everyone else is not. So you're the quickest.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the quickest. So if you would like to, engage in combat, please let us begin.
Right, despite being the fastest in this particular instance, I remember looking over to Rin, who looked at me and he said this time he's got no issues drawing his weapons.
Very good.
So fair enough. I draw my axe, I draw my sai. However, seeing that these fully armoured samurai-esque knights are there,
Yeah.
what are these ninja-like people?
They
There seem to be some sort of other people.
They are
here.
due to the fact that we didn't have enough of the models.
Well, I guess
we're
I'll
to
just
do.
remove those, and you'll
Remove
only
those
have
there.
3 then.
Yeah.
Shame, isn't it? WYSIWYG and all
No,
that.
that's okay. You know what? Let's go for that. Just let me change some
don't worry
stats
about
here.
that. No. So what I'm actually going to do is I take a combat stance, I reverse my sai in a defensive grip, and I hold my axe to the side, and I actually ready an action.
Ready in action.
Yeah, I'm not going to charge in here. I value my life.
Yes. Well, they see you ready in action. They all look at one another. They draw their katanas, and then they all rush you. As
I believe
one.
I have to tell you what the ready is.
What you're readying and
It's
what
an
the
attack.
trigger is.
Right, I'm readying an attack if they move within 5 feet of me.
Fine. I assume that might be the case. They still charge you.
Yeah.
Okay, so here they come. Dudunk,
Ready to Hadouken.
dudunk,
Oh, yeah.
dudunk, 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 and dudunk. Okay, that's how they all end up. They all charge at you in a line.
Boom!
So what you'll see on the opposite, on the far side, obviously you've got Sahid and Mumbabi.
I see
They're
that.
charged by the other 4 because there was 10 in total. But that's how they go. So one now has moved within range of your readied action.
Okay, I'm
him.
going to spend a key point, and we are going to
Spending key points, left, right, and centre.
do. What's the one that kills you all and pushes you back? I believe it's called Thunderclap.
Okay.
So is that what you meant to ready?
You readied an attack.
Yeah.
Couldn't it just be? I thought it could be any attack. No.
Well, yeah.
Don't you need a special like
Oh, yeah.
would have readied, like, seen a bunch of
That's
them,
all
you
right, isn't it, everyone? That's all right.
I'm doing. Well, I readied my Thunderclap. Obviously.
Not what you said.
Listen. AC/DC wills it, even though it's a slightly different title to the song. It's happening.
Just ever so slightly.
Okay, very good. Well,
So Thunderwave is actually what it's called. Thunderwave!
Right, you've readied a Thunderwave.
Okay, so it's a 15-foot cube. I'm going to put it in the 15 feet in front of me, which will hit 2 ninjas and a knight.
Okay.
It's going to be directly in front of me.
Very good.
As they run at me and the sword is about to come down, I somersault into like a superhero landing with the knee on the floor and the side into the ground.
Yeah.
This sonic boom of electricity erupts in front of me.
Very
All of the
good.
cobblestones smashed into the air. I don't have to roll an attack; it just goes off.
Yes, I'm aware.
So you need to make a few saves here.
Yes.
DC is still 12.
DC is still 12, is it?
Yeah, because it's plus my wisdom modifier.
Okay, very
+2.
good.
Wisdom +2, yeah. So there we go. And if you pass, it's half damage. Otherwise, it's 2d8, and you're pushed back 10 feet.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
So I pass with 1. But 2 are pushed back. And we'll say for the argument, it's the 2 ninjas.
Oh, will we indeed?
Yes, because it's just easier that way. So
Well,
they're pushed back.
You know, just
now-
because it's easier for you doesn't mean that we don't want that samurai to be knocked back there.
Okay.
but it's also
But you've
rolled.
decided. Right, the damage is savage. 11. 7
11?
4. So 2 of them take 11 damage.
Okay.
1 of them takes. You round up or down?
I believe you always round down in 5th edition.
So it's either
So
5
one
or
takes.
6.
So one takes 5.
Okay.
Fine.
And yeah, the others, the 2 ninjas are pushed back 10 feet.
Yes.
So
So we'll not be attacking this turn.
No.
Okay.
Always round down.
Okay. So smash.
You'll bring Han Solo and the Wookiee to me.
Then
Okay.
immediately.
No, that's enough.
No, I get a bonus action.
what
I can
is-
strike with my offhand, no?
No, you don't. Because you're not making an attack action.
But
That's,
it's like an attack.
just because it's like one doesn't mean you get to do that.
Okay, I don't make a bonus action.
Yeah,
Isn't that cool?
It's finished.
Also, I think it is specifically says when you make an attack on your turn, it's not your turn.
Oh, it's not my turn. Oh, because I've readied.
You've
because-
readied the
Yes, I
action
get
to do
it.
something,
Yes,
yeah.
I understand.
Okay, very
Anyway,
good.
look, they're all dead.
Very good.
So-
Well, they're not.
But they should be.
You've hurt them, but they're still alive.
Yes,
But
yes.
one is quite badly wounded. 2 are quite badly wounded.
Yeah.
But the other one is he's been doing a bit better.
I like it. I like
Yeah. Okay. Very good. So I'm now going to move on to the rest. We'll start off with the one who was not pushed back. So this sonic boom's he kind of leaned into it. He kind of saw it. He's seen.
Yeah, so I've smashed my, and I'm looking up, and he's still there. Like,
and so his guitar just comes down straight across you. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's off the board. Your armor class is 16. That is a hit, sir.
No.
He does a total of... That's gone forever. He does a total of...
What do you need?
Where do you hide from me? Ha! You take a total of 7 damage.
Yes.
As this guy just goes, oh, that's the blood in the earth. The floppity fiber. It goes straight down across. So you kind of put your armor and it
gashes
flex,
down my
but then
arm.
it just goes like that, straight down there. So that's him done. We then have one who's coming after you there, Jericho. So they've all...
So
I'm not in my pants anymore!
So the other two have just, because they're all kind of run, and they kind of get into a low stance, and they all kind of like jab forward like this as one. So it's a 1. So your bellowing laughter stops him in his tracks as he kind of goes, this is a bad idea.
Wait, what?
I've made a terrible choice. So we move on.
He's a psycho.
We move on to his friend. This is on you, Rin. Again, whooshing, goes to slash out at you there. That is definitely a hit. In fact, it's a critical hit.
Oh! I think that's the first time I've been crit, you know.
Well, hopefully one of many. So you take a total of... Oh, you guys are so lucky when I roll these. You only take 7 as well, which is remarkable.
Yeah.
But here we are. So you take, but it's still 7 damage as you are skewered through the side. The other one, which is next to him, having seen this, now he goes to slice at you as well. That is a hit. So you kind of go, and then this other sword comes in on the other side. You take a total of that time 8 wounds.
That first one was clearly just the distraction blow.
Yeah, exactly.
We've lost the dice.
No, hang on.
forever.
I can see it. If you move this way a little bit. No, this way.
Move out of the way, you ogre man.
There it is.
It's actually just his hand that was in the way.
Okay, very good. Right. So that is them done.
Yes.
It now will come around to Jericho.
So, as the blow is deflected from my shield, a sound reverberates from the shield,
Yes.
and a glow emits from the shield.
Yes.
As I cast Bane, the four warriors here that haven't been knocked back,
Yeah.
and they all need to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay.
Please go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Sure. What's the DC?
8 plus 2 plus your charisma modifier. It should say on your character sheet.
So this is 8 plus 2 plus your charisma modifier. So what is it? What's your charisma modifier?
My charisma modifier.
Yes.
Have one, does he?
Plus 2.
Beard
Plus
might
2.
not
So
have one.
8 plus
Jericho
2
does.
plus 6. I'm looking for 12s, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the first one. So we'll start off with the one which survived the sonic boom. He is fine. His friend next to him is also fine. The one there is not fine. And then the guy on the end who just did 8 damage to you, he is fine. So one gets baned. What happens to him?
No. So when he goes to make an attack, he needs to roll an additional d4. You subtract that from his attack or saving throws.
Okay.
That was anticlimactic. Only one?
Only one.
Who earns?
Yeah.
It's because you got low charisma, you got to bump those numbers up.
Yeah.
Rookie numbers.
Rookie numbers.
Very well.
Okay, very good. So then it will come to, is that it?
That's it. That's my action.
Okay, very good. So then it comes to you, Rin.
Okay, the one that attacked me, I sort of, like his blow has gone, like, I've moved out of the way. It's still a really nasty hit. I mistimed it, and that's where I caught the other one in the side as well. I look at the one that stabbed me first. My eyes flash white for just a moment, and my sort of facial marking to Nagal flashes slightly. And I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him as a bonus action.
Okay.
But then, because it is the first round of combat, I get an extra attack anyway. So for flavor, it's going to be with one attack and then my offhand attack.
Sure.
The first attack is a 14 plus 6, that is 20.
That's a hit.
So he takes 10 points of damage from that.
Okay.
And then my second attack
Is this the one? This is the one who which
crit me.
This is the one who crit you.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's also the one who is baned as well, which
Yes.
is quite interesting. Okay, cool.
And then my Gloomstalker attack is a natural 20. And now is when we get very spicy.
Okay.
Because I roll 4d6 damage.
No.
Because it's Hunter's Mark times 2. My attack times 2, and then I roll 2d8 because it is my Gloomstalker attack.
No.
What?
So basically, once per combat, in the first round of combat, I get an extra attack with my Gloomstalker ability, does an extra d8 damage. So because it's a crit,
you
it doubles. So that is 6, 12, 13, 17, 18, 26, plus 4 is 30 points of damage.
If you'd like to.
Remove the model!
Yeah, very dead. Yeah, he's
That's what he
super dead.
gets
So
for the audacity of
banged
striking
by
you.
And so he's obviously there like going,
goodness.
and then his head just
goodness.
explodes
Yeah.
as you.
Yeah,
What?
so the scimitar moves across his sort of chest armor, and it kind of almost furrows in, and then I drive my short sword deep in. It just emerges out, and the statue of Bahana is just sprayed with his blood.
Wow.
And I wrench it out,
Heresy.
and it almost tears him asunder. And I just turn and I lock eye. I'm sort of like, as I pulled it out, the blood sort of splattered on me. I just turned to face the one that struck me and just went, and just point the sword at him that's covered in his friend's blood.
Wow.
He then immediately panics and runs away.
That's not what happened.
Great.
He has to make a charisma saving throw or be frightened of me.
He doesn't need to do that.
No, it's true. He
No,
doesn't.
yeah. That's not what happened.
This is
But
where
that
I'm
was.
like, no, that's actually one of my classes, but it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
Like,
No.
it'd be really cool.
That's when the dungeon master hammer would come down.
No,
Just goes, no.
too much.
I say no.
But
Okay,
that
very
is
good.
my turn.
Very good. And what a turn it was. Pollux, it's up to you to do something good.
All right. So, Pollux, his eyes darken bright, deep red. Both hands start to shimmer with electricity, and he's. Come on now, it's great. And he makes his way straight for. I can't reach, but he goes right up to this guy.
I will help you.
Thank you. Right there.
No, I can't reach here.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Professionals.
Thank you. So,
We did it.
all right.
Is that it?
High five.
Move.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so he basically makes his way on that angular to get to him face on. He comes at him. This ninja goes to strike. I'm losing my words right about now.
Yeah,
but
it's
he goes
too powerful.
Yeah, it's just too powerful. Yeah. He goes to strike me.
Yeah, well, he's already been electrocuted.
Yeah.
So you're going to double electrocute him?
Why not?
All right, baby. All right, baby. Let's go for it.
Yeah. So he goes to strike me. I almost kind of hold his hand there, and with the other hand right into his chest. He looks at me in the eye, and he just sees me go, "Ish," and he just goes rigid with the electricity.
Okay.
Now this is shock and grasp, of course.
Of course.
This is an advantage because he's got metal armor. Is that right? Is this one have metal armor or not?
It's his time.
There is metal armor. Yes, there is metal in the armor. I told you this.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
making doubly sure to make sure I do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want to be cheating or anything.
No.
Okay.
The 2d20s. Double crit.
Well, one's a 2, but one is a 14 plus 6 makes 20. So,
That's a hit.
Yeah. Okay. D8. D8.
Just D8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, carry on.
Oh.
I was expecting a bit more.
Well, I only rolled a 2.
Okay, very good.
Just in case this is relevant. It can't take a reaction until the start of the next turn.
Right.
Just in case that's important.
Okay.
Walk away from him.
Okay.
So walk away from him.
Well, I've taken a whole action to do that. Can I move away?
I mean, how far have you moved?
Not very far.
I haven't moved the whole thing.
You can
I'm
break.
not, bro. I got you, bro.
Yeah, you can always break up your movement. remember?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, good call.
It's been a year, everyone.
It has
Hasn't
been.
been, yeah.
It's just longer. It's almost longer. Okay, very good. That's it.
Indeed with you.
So now it would come to Hakote.
Okay. One question on the 15-foot cube. Is it just 3 squares?
So yeah, it'd be 3 squares by 3 squares, and because it originates from you, because this is fun the way we're talking about, right? You can basically pick the the 3 squares sort of in whatever angle you want.
So
We
if
need to make you up a template.
Rolling all these
Right.
dice with damage.
So actually, I could hit all of those. I could hit those three guys again without even moving. In theory,
Let's do it.
that's savage.
That's cool.
So yeah, given the fact that you've darted in there, Pollux, and you've just shocked one again, is rigid, and the other one is just preparing to, recovering from the thunder wave that I just did. Again, up from the ground, I swing my axe, and this time leap into the air, and then bring the axe down. It goes. Vroom, vroom. Cobblestones again erupt into the air.
This is on the same 3.
This is on the exact same 3.
Oh, well, wow.
But it doesn't get you.
It doesn't get you, no.
No, I'm just. He's doing,
Arms
it,
of
he's doing
Hadar.
it again.
Yeah. You can just do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it costs a key point to do.
I hate key points.
I'd love them.
Go on then. So what happens now? What have I got to roll?
You've got a DC 12 on all 3 of those
Okay,
people.
very good. So we'll start off with the one who's just been shocked again by Pollux. He fails.
He's super shocked.
The one next to him also fails.
Oh, I've hit both of them.
And the one who is closer to you, who's just swung down on top of you, he also fails. All 3 fail.
Right, they take 2d8. Oh, I've done it again. 11 points of damage.
11 points of
11
damage.
points of damage. I don't want to alarm you, but your 2 ninjas have taken 22 points of damage.
I'm aware.
Plus one's been shocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're all in a bad way. They're not dead,
What do you
but
mean
they're all
they're
in a
not dead?
bad
Of course
way.
they're dead.
Because we are getting towards the end of the campaign. That's why they're not dead. But they are very badly hurt. And it's not a very nice time.
Well, as
now
it's my turn,
I have a bonus
I have a bonus action.
I'm going to use.
So, now, because you've all been hit, though, this one, now they've been knocked back 10 feet again. Boof!
Yeah, but they're going to go back closer towards you.
No, that doesn't work that way.
Not
Ben.
backwards, forwards.
Yeah. Now, I am the DM. I will run in and smash that one in the face with my axe as he's stumbling back from
You
the
grab his
thunder.
ankle as he's flying backwards
Yeah.
and bring him back towards you? Is that what you're
That's
telling
exactly
me
what
right
happened.
now?
20!
Oh!
It's a one!
Damn it!
I tried to grab him, but he's flown away.
Too fast!
It's too much. Right, okay, so we now...
my turn.
That's it, good. All right, so it now comes around to them. So these 2 who are not in a good way... Wow. Now they can still move. They're not. You haven't paralyzed them. They've just been knocked back.
Well,
a
I
bit.
think narratively
dead.
they would be stunned, wouldn't they?
No, they get to act normally.
Yeah, good.
Narratively.
Very good. Here we
Narratively, they get to act normally.
go. There we go here, and then we go.
Kill of the wisdom.
There. Okay, cool. So let's start off with the one that you shocked. So he's literally like this singed mess at this moment. Like
almost feel bad.
he's kind of like
but I
he's
don't, yeah.
like he runs at you and he kind of opens his lips to like scream as he does, and you see he actually tears the skin off of what's left of his lips because they were cauterized together by the electric shock that had hit them. He runs at you, gets his katana, he swings it down on top of you. What is your armor class?
10.
You are hit. You are hit, and you take a total
Your
of
character's so weird.
10. You take a total of 4 damage.
Oh, okay.
He's clearly far too hurt to do any sort of.
Yeah,
wounds
forget about
on
it.
You. The next guy who's just run over again. He just all of his skin is just
crackling.
crackling. It's just there's lots of blood. It's not a good time. He now strikes out at you. That is a hit. Yes, it definitely is. So you take a total of, from the guy who you've shocked twice now with the Sonic Boon, he hits you with, you take 5 damage. Oof. We'll then move over to the guy who'd already cut down your arm.
Yes.
He strikes out at you. 16?
Yes.
That's a miss. So he misses you there. Oof. We come across to the one in front of you, Jericho. You're no longer laughing. So he composes himself and he goes to behead you with 1 stroke. Your armor class.
18.
Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
dang!
And then we come over to the last one on you there, Rin. So he's kind of pulled his blade out. He's just watched you just disembowel his friends. He was the one who actually did more damage on you.
I know.
Though. So you're kind of standing there in this pose, like, "Argh!" And let's go there, and then suddenly this katana just goes and removes your hand from its wrist. Your armor class.
15.
Oh, you're lucky duck. He just misses. Okay, very good. That is them done. We now come around to Jericho.
Yes!
So
as I deflect that blow with my shield of plenty,
Oh, the plenty shield.
I knock his arm upwards, and the motion sort of makes him sort of do this sort of thing. And then I drive my sword through the bottom of his chin into his brain. That is a 13 plus 6. That's a mega.
That's a hit.
It's a
Yeah,
mega hit.
that's a hit. Well, it's a hit.
Ready for some long sword action? It's 1, but luckily it's plus 6, so it's
Right,
7
so
points of
7
damage.
points of damage. Now he is yet to be hit, this gentleman. Okay, very good. Okay, very nice. So then we would come around to Rin.
Okay, so the one that's tried to attack me, I've pulled, because I was pointing my sword at him. As he goes to strike, I don't break eye contact with him. I just mutter, nuts. I move my Hunter's Mark as a bonus action, so I only get to make one attack against him. It's all going wrong. That is an 8 plus 6, that is 14.
That is a miss, my friend.
Unfortunate.
No.
That is my turn.
Okay, it's now over to you, Pollux.
Okay, so he's taking a hack at me. What I've done is I've kind of taken on the hit, and in one motion I just kind of spin around with the motion of the attack, and if it was in slow motion, I'll be coming around with my opposite arm, and it starts to kind of crackle again, and instead of just planting my hand on it, it's almost like a just kind of
slap.
Yeah, right
Slap
in
him in the face.
Yeah, in the face.
It's a thunderclap.
Yeah.
Thunderclap! All right, very good.
So yeah, it's a same thing again, shocking grasp. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Okay now. So, okay. One's a 9, one's a 10, 16.
Oh, that is a miss.
Damn.
That is a miss, my friend.
Okay, so he managed to. He still cops it, but it doesn't quite go up. He managed to just kind of like.
Yeah, it's almost
Get out of
so
it.
this surge of energy just goes
Yeah.
just past his face. He's like going because he's not in a good way. But
No.
he's decided he doesn't want any more electricity. That's not what he wants.
I guess not.
Okay, very good. So now we come back around to Hakote.
Right, so they've both come in and struck me. One's wounded me again. The axe spins around me, and I'm going to turn and cut open the neck of the armored samurai there.
Okay, very good.
Okay, so, 8 plus 6, 14.
No.
Okay, then as my bonus action, as I imagine the armor just deflects it, smash into his helmet. I will continue to turn and then try and drive the scythe through his eye. Natural 20.
Oh!
That side did indeed go in the eye.
No clapping!
That's 2d4.
Yes.
2 plus 2, 4 plus, I believe, 4, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. You do not kill him, but you hit him so hard that you actually feel it's almost like you feel all of the muscles tear in his head just kind of goes, and he's somehow still standing there, but like he's just, you just look, his eyes have immediately they've just gone like bloodshot.
I cannot let that stand. I spend a key point.
Key point!
I will now do another unarmed attack as a bonus action.
Very
and
good.
that's the side just.
Okay.
And this will also be a 20. No, it's not a 20, but it is a 15.
In total, or you rolled a 15. I can't see from here.
Well, tell me what I need to hit you.
No, that's not how this works. I'll tell you.
That's not how it works.
I rolled a 9, but I get plus 6.
Oh, well, unfortunately, that's not enough.
I get plus 8.
We still probably would.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, but he's very hurt. He's in a very, very, very bad.
Very happy
there's
about
there's just blood pouring out of anywhere it wanted to pour out of. One spot on his forehead. It's just. Like,
Okay, that's me.
that's you. Okay, very good. So now it comes back around to them. So the one which you have just done, he swings wildly at you with his katana. He does hit.
Yes, I think he does.
So
I think he
you
does
do-
hit, yes.
You take a total of, as in his last dying attack, 10 damage.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'm still alive.
Okay, very good. Okay,
So you've not been hit yet, that would be bad.
We then will go to the guy who is next to him. Oh, that's a miss. He misses wildly. Essentially, the three of you all look like you're on like the last legs of your life, and you're just like throwing these haymakers at each other, just trying to finish each other off, and none of you can quite do it. We'll go over to the one on Pollux. Oh, that is a hit, my friend. So as he swings, as this energy just kind of goes past him, he pulls down his katana like this and just kind of stabs it and pushes it through straight into your chest, and you take a total of 9 damage.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yes!
He needs his
Yes! Okay, very good. We now come over to the one in front of you there, Jericho. Hey! That, unfortunately, chinks off your armor because it's a ridiculous amount of armor to have, like, for a human. And then we'll come
Just
over...
fight a ridiculous amount of armor on a human. Like, the other paladins.
Yeah, you all did really well against that, didn't you? Listen, I've had enough. Okay, and then we go over to the one on you, Rin.
You.
So you've kind of put this hunter's mark on him.
Ting, 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 ting.
And he lashes out at you. That is a hit.
Very nice.
You take a total of 3 damage that time. So he just manages to kind of cut you across there. But as you can tell, these samurai are hard veteran warriors.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. So that's all them done. It is now over to Jericho.
Yes.
Yes, Jericho. Do
I plunge
something.
my sword into his face. It's a
I
15
don't
plus
care.
6 is 21.
Very good.
Ready to die. Where's my dice?
Okay.
I do 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. So that was on the one who's only really, this is the second time he's been hit. You take a huge chunk out of where did you want to hit him?
In the face.
In the face. You take a chunk out of his face. It's just gone. It's on the floor somewhere that far away, but he is still alive. Okay, very good. Anything else? You can't. No, I'm just used to. I'm just used to lines going like, wait a minute.
If you grind with the power, I'll slice it.
I've got a bonus action, and then I've got a super second bonus action.
And then another bonus
action. And then I'm re-rolling, don't forget that. But that's it. Okay, very good. So we've done Jericho, we now come to Rin.
Okay, so me and this other sort of, ninja samurai guy.
He's not been hit yet. This is the only one on the far edge who hasn't been hit.
No, I've hit him.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Well, I'm about to hit him.
Yes.
No, I'm not on a 1. The second attack is a 14 plus 6.
That's a hit.
Okay, so 2d6 damage. That is 7 plus 4, 11 points of damage. So we're just sort of trading these blows. This one's a bit faster, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got like lighter armor or something, because he's not an actual ninja.
No.
But like maybe just bits of his.
But maybe he was.
Maybe he was, or either that, or he sees that I'm lightly armored, and he just goes.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
And then we're just like. So I do manage to get a blow through, 11 points of damage.
Very nice.
Still standing, I take it.
It's a savage hit, but yes, he is.
I am going to sort of, during this melee, I'm basically just going to be sort of rotating round. Basically, so I'm just going to kind of rotate through to here.
Sure.
So maintaining distance there, but just kind of working my way through the battle,
Yeah,
as it were.
which is very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, cool. So we now come around to Pollux.
Okay, so he's
Finish him, Pollux.
buried his blade into me. As he does that, first of all I grab him and I bring him closer in.
Yep.
And then both my hands out to my sides. They start to crackle again. Yeah, they sparkle. Why not? And then I bring them both in on either side of his face into his ears.
Yeah.
Shocking grasp again.
Okay, very good.
Come on now. Okay. Woo! One is a 17.
When it's a 17, that is a hit.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Well, he's dead. Just to start.
Let him roll the dice.
I rolled a 7.
Okay,
so this is
he's
very
dead. He's dead times 7.
Okay.
Very good. Or times 6. He had one wound left.
Very nice.
Very
so what
nice.
happens? Thunder it claps into his ears. My hands release. His ears explode with blood. He lets go of his blade. He grabs his ears like this, going ah! He crumples down to the ground in a heap. I take the blade out of my chest like this. I walk up to him and slice his throat.
Oh,
Wow, okay.
And then he collapses to the ground, and I chuck
is
him
it
to the blood.
Hieronymus or Pollux who we're dealing with here at the moment?
Well, it's Hieronymus, because my eyes had gone red. And for a while, as he was kind of shocking everybody, his eyes started glowing white.
It truly was a shocking
White?
display.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
I'm going to make a little note to make all my future guys resistant to lightning attacks. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, so he is dead. Remove the model.
Yes.
Okay, so now it comes around to you, Hakote.
no.
Okay.
You're nice.
So you're allowed to move around a base without them getting like an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously, depending on who else is there.
Oh, yeah.
So if I move there, for example.
Yeah. You might. You probably would take one from the ninja though, because
Yes,
you've
you
moved
would.
5 feet.
Oh,
away
because
from
I'm
me.
leaving.
That's why I went through the middle rather than all the way around.
Okay. Can I do a diagonal cube thing?
Yeah, you can go diagonally.
Without hitting Pollux? 15 feet. One.
That'd be your last key point.
It would be my last key point.
And may I, well,
There's
as
guaranteed
a-
double hit.
Yes, that is true. However, as your benevolent DM, I'm pretty sure if you hit either of them, they will die.
You want to hit both of them, don't you?
Do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will. No, I'm going to do what I was going to do.
Okay.
I stay where I am, and because bear in mind that I've been hit twice. I'm bleeding quite heavily now myself.
Sure.
Hakote spins around. He pulls out the sai and he goes, "Enough!" Leaps, does a spinning heel kick, but it starts crackling with electricity on the way round, and boom! This thunder wave erupts from my foot into both of their faces. Their heads explode. I don't need to roll anything.
All right, very good. Yes.
I've spent a key point.
I know,
Do
you
you
have
want to
none
make your
left.
DC saves to try and half the damage, or do you just want me to remove the models now?
Well, we could make a difference on one of them, so I will roll that.
No.
He
failed it.
fails it. Yes, he does.
Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
What's that?
Yes. So go on then.
How's the garden?
One is already
today?
dead.
Where's my other D8? It's gone.
You've lost it.
3.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So shall I remove both of
Both the
them?
models have been, they explode in a lightning roundhouse kick.
Yes.
Very nice.
Goodbye.
So it does now come back around to these two. The one that is in combat with you, Jericho, he's been trying to land a blow and he just can't seem to do it. This time though, he will strike true. It's a critical hit.
Oh, no.
It's a critical hit.
Oh, please.
Oh, baby.
I need my body to live.
No.
My soul is immortal, but my body is not.
So you take a total of 8 damage.
Oh,
You lucky.
not too bad.
Yeah, you lucky duck. Okay, very good. So yeah, 8 damage is on you. We then come round to his friend. The fight with Rin continues. He has taken his armor off. He gets down into a stance and he feints one way, then comes over the top and takes your leg off at the knee.
Not my leg.
Yes, you don't need it.
I do.
He misses. Because yeah, exactly.
Bunny hop over.
Very good. That's them. All right, next.
Is me?
No, it's Hakote. No, we've just done you.
Just have my go.
No, it's Jericho.
Where did his sword hit me?
What? He didn't hit you.
Yeah, he crit. 8
I just did a critical hit.
There's a lot happening in the
You
last
hit me in
6
the
seconds.
arm.
I'm very excited. In the shoulder.
In the shoulder.
Yeah,
very
in the
good.
And the collar blown. Blown.
Collar blown.
Yeah,
Oh, my collar blown.
because it's been
Say my
blown
collar
out.
blown.
Be careful, I can kill all of you with one word.
So I take the blow to the blown, and then I will push him back away with the same shoulder, and then I will go at him with my long sword as a 5.
The battle continues.
My blown, I need that.
Your blown is blown. Right, Rin, that's you.
Right, so I've hopped over his swing to the knee, and as I've landed, I just drive the short sword down into between like the eye holes on his faceplate.
Very good.
That is an 18.
That's a hit.
All right. 3 + 3 + 4, that is 10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage. You do pierce him straight through the face. He is still alive, but he is not in a good way.
Then with my offhand bonus action attack,
Yes.
I disembowel
finish
him
it.
with my scimitar.
Please finish
It's
it.
another 18.
Consistency is key!
3 + 2 + another 4. That is 9 points of slashing damage.
If you
this
would
time
like
round.
to express how he is removed from existence.
So yes, as I leap over, or I sort of jump up over the sword swing, because as he's gone down low for it, I've landed with the short sword, and then as he's there, it's just like, I just slice it across his belly and let him drop to the floor.
Should have left his armor on.
He should have done. And then I just turn to face.
I've been there, buddy. I've been there, buddy.
I just turn to face the one that is now surrounded
Yeah.
by, not by, I'm just going to point this out, myself, Jericho, Hakote, and Bohana herself.
Well, Pollux, it's up to you. Can you be somebody?
Just like, kill still. Okay, right. So
Shall I move over?
as this is all happening, by now,
statue made of metal?
is he touching the statue?
No!
I'm not going to push my luck with that one. No, that's fine. Push it.
So I make my way towards the statue, yes, but mainly so I can get mostly line of sight. No, it doesn't matter, but I'm getting close to it. Anyway, so the electricity dissipates from my hands, and now they start to turn icy. I put my hand out and touch the ground, and up through the ground, I see hands clasp his ankles, and I'm casting Chill Touch, like you guys don't already know.
Yeah.
Die. Rolled a 12 plus 6, makes it 18.
That's a hit.
Yes. So that'll be another, 1d8. 8.
If you'd like to describe how he is slain.
That happens, and he's struggling to kind of get out. It's like digging in, and he's getting all wounded, and he turns to one of you guys, maybe Hakote, to just lash out at something or someone in his last desperate attempt.
Yeah.
And he raises his thing up, but from your point of view, his katana, he raises his katana up, and from your point of view, you just see an icy spike. Pierce his heart.
Hey now.
Like Alien?
Yes! And then he just kind of looks down and goes limp, and he's just standing there. And then eventually I just let it go as my spell dissipates, and he falls at the feet of Bohana.
Fatality.
And you've seen that. You all turn to me just to see. Oh, that was you, and you just look at me. I'm there smoking my pipe. Going.
We'll be right back. As the last of the samurai fall, a burst of flame shoots through the windows of the monastery, smashing what little glass is left. From inside, you think you hear a cry of pain, but you cannot be sure above the sound of the blaze. What do you do?
I'm going to neck a potion and then just look to Jericho and be like, when you're ready.
Okay. You can
I'm
have a
going to
potion.
toss you my potion that I've got because you're
Thank you.
knackered.
I am, pretty badly wounded.
What do you got left?
I've only got like 10 hit points left.
So I'm going to toss you the one that we got from the 9.
Yeah, I nod at you. I take the cap off and down that. Is it 2d4, is it? Plus
Yes,
or
plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. I need something good here. Oh, I do roll, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 2, 9.
9, very good.
Yeah, I got a 7 for what it's worth. I'm back
Okay.
up to 25.
Okay, very nice. Okay, cool. So that's what you've done. You've now had your potions. What's next?
I'm going to run towards the monastery.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, I follow.
I follow,
Immediately
but
after.
not before. You said was some of the windows glass, like the glass shattered? Kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I see some of the shattered glass on the ground before my feet. I pick up some shards,
Okay.
whack them in my bag, and I follow.
Okay, very good.
I'll try and remember that.
And everyone else is following. Obviously, Sahid and Mumbabi are on tail and they follow in. So you enter the blazing monastery. Inside, the fire is running rampant. It will not be long before the roof collapses in on itself. Through... You're right.
No, yeah, sorry, I just remembered something, but go on.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's not
I mean,
relevant.
you've already interrupted me.
Yes, well, no, I just remembered something that's not really relevant to this situation. It's just a spell I could have taken, which would have been really, really handy right about now, but I don't have it, so I was just like, oh, that's a pity. Yeah.
You have another insanity point.
Oh, come on, man.
Put it down.
No.
Okay. No.
No.
No, I will not.
I refuse.
I'm gonna start that again. Okay,
Sorry.
here we go. No, it's fine. It's fine. We all good?
Yeah,
go on.
I think we're
Very
good.
good. You enter the blazing monastery. Inside, the fire is running rampant. It will not be long before the roof collapses in on itself.
Oh.
Through the smoke, you can see a man resting on one knee. He leans on a mighty two-handed sword to keep his balance. He is surrounded by the bodies of 5 dead samurai. As you come closer, he sees you and stands and draws his sword before him. He is a massive man, easily as tall as Jericho, but without the beer belly. He has long grey hair and a beard to match. He wears a tunic over plate mail. On the tunic, the sign of your order, Jericho, can be seen, the 9 white circles. You recognize this man as Moloch.
Right.
He puts his sword before him and says, "If you wish to join your friends in hell, take one step closer." As he says this, a beam of fire just falls from the roof and crashes behind him. And then he kind of looks at it and goes, "Or just wait 5 minutes and we can all join them together." That's what all he said. He's now holding a sword at all of you.
I skid to a stop behind you.
Okay.
Moloch! It's me. It's Jericho.
You see from he just kind of like just a little. You see like his sword just drop from him and he goes, "Impossible.
Aye.
Jericho's a lad."
Not anymore, son.
Best be quick. What's going on?
There's no time. We have to leave. Outside now.
Outside. More of them samurai will be on the way.
We'll face them together. You don't want to die in here.
Who says anything about dying in here? Prove to me you're Jericho.
Okay. I'll, from my belt, I'll just hold out the dirge.
At that, Threndrin's dirge. Right. Come with me. More will be out in the highlands. Let's hope they've not found the tunnels yet. Moloch races towards a statue of Bahana, which is over there in the monastery, on the other side, and he kind of at a run, he kind of runs into it and barges it over, and it's a big statue and just goes crashes on the ground. "Forgive me, my lady!" He opens up a trapdoor which was beneath it, and he goes, "Hurry!" And he waves you all to go to escape, essentially.
Yes. I just sort of beckon the rest of you.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So, you all follow?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, great. So, you all kind of pile in. He's kind of like waving you in, like the fire is now kind of intensifying. It's going to be very touch and go. The trap door leads you down into the monastery catacombs. Moloch is the last one. He slams the trap door behind you. "Keep moving. The roof is about to come down. We best be deeper underground when it does." He indicates for you to grab a torch as you go. So there's like a few on the wall there. And unless anyone has anything else to say or do, you begin to move through the catacombs.
I kind of call out, kind of to Moloch, but to anyone who would listen, like, how was the fire started?
He's kind of moving like he goes, "What do you mean? How was the fire started? Did you not see him?"
It was them that burnt it down.
Yes.
Why?
What do you mean, why? They're after that. He points at the dirge.
That's what I say. I'm realizing what's going on. with that, I was like, yeah.
You move through the catacombs. They twist and turn, but they're wide enough for you to actually walk three abreast. So they're quite big. The walls are lined with grey stone slabs, and despite what's happening on the floors above, it's actually quite cool and well ventilated down here. So the smoke has kind of dissipated. You can all breathe easier now. Suddenly, you hear a and you know that that's the sound of the monastery collapsing. Like all this dust and stuff kind of comes down, but you seem to be far enough or deep enough into the catacombs at this stage that you are protected. As you hear this, Moloch slows his pace. Right. Now that I can hear myself think, who are you really? What are you doing here? And how in the name of Arcadon did you acquire Threndrin's Dirge?
It is me. Me and my brothers here. We've been on a long, long journey. I was betrayed by some of the nine. We went together on your orders to retrieve it. And they wish to take it for themselves.
I don't know who you are, but there is no way that you're Jericho.
He does not lie to you.
I'm not talking to you yet. Jericho is a boy, and for you to stand here and tell me that my order has betrayed us, I'm sorry. I cannot believe that.
I didn't want to believe it either, Moloch. I really did not. But here we are. How else can I explain this to you? I did not want it to be this way. But here I am, in front of you, completing the quest that you sent me on. I have returned.
Returned?
Time does not travel normally in the chamber that held the dirge. Clearly, many years have been lost. That is perhaps why you do not recognize Jericho any longer.
You do sound a bit like him. I'm sorry, I need a moment. You realize he's actually pretty wounded himself, but he did take on 5 of these samurai on his own, by the looks of it, from what you can tell. He kind of just leans on his sword for a moment. Jericho. By all the gods. What devilry is this?
These warriors that have attacked your monastery, do you know who they are? Where they have come from?
No. I've seen them before. They seem to be hunting relics as well. But for different purposes. I fear that they are agents of the Demriag.
I look at Jericho when he says that. Okay. He seems to be at least somewhat aware of that fact. How did you not know that there was corruption in your order then, Moloch?
I still don't believe that to be true.
Well, believe what you will, it is true. We slayed them ourselves. Cut me down.
I could.
You won't, because you know that deep down what we say is true. Which means you knew, or at least suspected, and were blind to it, or at least turned a blind eye to it.
No. But
no one changes overnight. You must have known.
I sent 3 of the lads. on a mission. Not long before I sent you on one. It was a reconnaissance mission, mainly. I came back. Something was different. They just told me they couldn't find what I sent them to look for.
Which was what?
A map.
And where?
It's in the hills. On the border of Farandir and Durakan. A tome. It had a map in it.
And where did this map lead? Things like the dirge, I presume?
Yes. Yes, exactly. But I found, we found the dirge in another record. That is a coincidence, isn't it? But the only one who saw that was me.
Where are the other two members of your order?
I sent them ahead.
To where?
A small port town. They're readying a ship to take us back to Farandir.
You trust them? Think about that. Do you trust them?
They were not on the original mission. Well, the one. But if what you're telling me is true, and all of the rest turned, who can say?
Where would you have kept this dirge to protect it? Assuming that is what you wanted to do.
Here was one option.
Look around.
Yeah.
The dust and so forth coming through the cracks.
There was only a couple who knew of this place. You've never been here before, if you are Jericho. This was where we could do our order's business outside of the watching eyes of Farandir. For what we do is just. There's a lot of bureaucracy that would have to go through if they knew that we were handling relics of the gods. I was to hold it here, take a ship, deliver you all, the 9, back to our headquarters in Farandir. Then I was to set out on my own, to Luminos, to talk to the council. You know we have contacts there.
So what now? Clearly, there is nowhere for you to go. If they have found you here, and you say that this was your secret place, or at least one of them, it is only fair to assume that they know of your others. The dirge is not safe with you.
No, but it would be at the council. I say we make for the port town. Except we take the ship, bypass Farandir, go all the way down south, away from all watching eyes, and then cross from there.
I look to Jericho.
How do we know we can trust you?
Trust me?
Aye. I trusted the rest. Look what happened.
I don't even know if you are who you say you are. But here we are. And if I'm honest, where else are you gonna go?
A long journey. Longer than we have done thus far. At odds with what we have experienced.
What have you experienced?
Far more than a burning church, my friend. Far more than the betrayal of those which you may or may not have been blind to their true intentions. But Jericho here is our guide in this part of our own little quest. I defer to him. Your choice.
This crossroads is a dark one. I don't know which way to go, but the other way doesn't work. I suppose we'll take your lead, Moloch.
And I suppose I'll let you follow. May I see it?
How it's out in front of you.
You know how long I've been searching for that. Threndrin's dirge was wielded by the master craftsman himself. It's not only a weapon of imaginable vengeance, but it is imbued with the power of the world tree. In the right hands, it could be used to bring about a new golden age of Arcadon. Imagine brandishing a tool that could create new monuments such as the cities that once were brandished by the gods. Smite the emissaries of the Demiurge and perhaps even be able to create life anew. That is the power of the world tree. That's why I hunt these relics.
To rebuild the world?
To bring around a new golden age. The world tree's magic is dying. You know this. It is seeping out into the world. Soon we will be blind. Who knows what will happen then? The Demiurge still taints this land. Without mana. Without the last gift of the gods. I hate to think. We should take this to Luminos. We'll take it to the High Priest, Ayamanor Salazar. He'll know what to do. Bahana be praised. Come. We'll head through the catacombs.
Lead the way.
Moloch leads you through the catacombs. You come to a large brass door. He pulls a key from his belt and unlocks it. Once you are all in, so he kind of ushers you in, he locks the door behind you. If they do manage to get through, this will hold them for a bit longer. You enter a room that is lined with prison cells. Some of the cells are empty, but some of the prisoners inside them, they look malnourished, quite sickly. One of them groans at you as you pass. Moloch pays them no mind as he moves forward.
What did they do to be locked beneath a holy place?
These wretches are our prisoners. Servants to the Demiurge. It was through our interrogation of them that I was able to find the second recording of where the dirge was. I suspected it would be, and I was right. I spent a lifetime poring through those ancient texts. I will not lie. Some of the things that happened here to get that information would not sit well with the council.
Not Bohana.
No, nor her either. But
The ends justify the means.
so be it. They made their choice. So did I. Any more questions?
Pollux doesn't say anything, but he's regarding these prisoners. And he has a very kind of a rather anguished look on his face.
How many are there?
About 3.
Well,
2 of them, like, are barely conscious.
well, if we are to leave, at least give them a quick death. Otherwise they will simply starve or be crushed under rubble. So put them to the sword.
Very well. Mike gets his keychain off. He undoes it, goes in. Bahana, forgive me.
As he's doing this, I move up next to Hakote. A man that speaks of Frendrin, the creator god, but leads with vengeance as his tool, and wishes to rebuild the world. Sounds familiar to someone else looking for relics, no? Where is your axe and your sai, my friend? I just move away from him.
I just kind of hear that as that conversation is happening. I'm kind of close to one of the cells, and my hand's gone up to one of the bars, and the other hand's gone into my satchel. It's just kind of resting there.
I just look at what's his name, Moloch?
Moloch, yeah.
I just look at Moloch executing the prisoners.
He's going up to the last one now.
You can see there's sort of a glazed overlook in my eyes. I'm just sort of staring at him. I don't react.
When he's finished, he kind of looks over and goes, "That was a kindness you made me do."
Indeed.
Indeed.
Better a quick death by the blade than to starve or be crushed.
Better than some of them deserved.
Perhaps, and yet we are all Bohana's children, even those that have lost their way. Lead on.
You leave this, so you kind of get to the end. He opens another brass door, ushers you in, does the same thing, locks it. So you enter a large room that you realize is actually a crypt. Bodies adorned in armor lie in bays dug into the walls. All of them wear tunics with the sign of your order, Jericho. The forefathers of our order, Jericho. Just think what they might have to say if they could see us now. The knowledge they could impart with us for the war that is to come. Shall we ask them?
They would weep for our order now, Moloch. There's barely anything left.
It is then you realize there is no other doorway leading out of this room other than the one that you've just come through. At the opposite end of the room, you see a large red curtain covering the wall. Moloch tears it down, revealing a white stone orb hanging from a chain attached to the ceiling. Blood is flowing out of the top of it and dripping onto the floor. All of you would recognize this as the symbol of the Demiurge. Moloch turns to you. You are Jericho, aren't you? You were always too pure to understand what we were doing here. There was a time when I believed that Bahana was the guiding light of Arcadon. But after years of dedication to her service, she never once answered my prayers. Or yours. A lifetime of servitude for what? I watched my friends die, my father die. all subjects to the will of mortality. Hana had the power to give the Monkau long life, and she chose not to. Why? Why are the Durkan or the Ashai so special? Well, it matters not. The Demriarg is rising once more. His power grows daily, and with it the promise of my immortality. With that, he reaches his hand forward. Toltak. Closes it like this. Threndrin's dirge at your side begins to burn with an intense heat. It slips from your belt as it burns through it and clatters to the floor. As it does, it bounces and red sparks shoot out from it and hurtle towards the dead bodies in the crypt. As the sparks hit the bodies, they cry out in monstrous screams of agony. They begin to move towards you. Even in death shall there be life. All hail the Demriarch. Very well. Jericho, if you would like to roll the initiatives first, it seems fitting that you would do so.
It would be my pleasure.
Ah, yes.
It's a 6.
6. Okay, obviously very shocked
By
as to
surprise.
what has happened here. Pollux.
I nod. I rolled a 19.
Oh, you were ready for it.
Oh, baby.
Hakote.
20 plus 4, 24.
Okay, very nice.
Well, now.
Not to be outdone by Pollux.
13 plus 7, so 20.
20. Very
wow.
good.
I'm not going to be outdone by him either.
I roll a 10 in total. So, it will go. Hakote. It will go Rin. It will go Pollux. It will then go Moloch and friends. And then it will go Jericho last. Very good. So, these paladins of these essentially these have just risen from the dead. Like their armor and everything's kind of hanging off them. One of them has he's just a complete skeleton. Others kind of seem to have been more embalmed. They've got a little bit of flesh hanging off them, and they're all kind of striding towards you. Moloch has stood there as well, pulls out his blade. They are ready to do combat with all of you. However, they are not fast enough. Moloch's obviously been whatever he did took a bit of energy for him to do so, even though he is using one of the gods' gifts of creation. We will start with Hakote. What do you do?
Yeah, I draw aside, draw my axe, and get into a ready stance, and I will ready an action, which is I will attack.
Sure. Do you have any, because you didn't have any key points left?
No.
Exploded everyone.
It would have been nice now. But there we go. So if they move within 5 feet of me, I'm going to attack.
Very good. Okay, great. That is you done. We now come over to Rin.
Okay, so I, in one smooth motion, draw my bow and arrow, just aim at Moloch.
Okay.
And I just sort of yell at him, "Oh, Castarahe!" I'm going to cast Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
And I loose an arrow directly into him.
All right.
So is a 7 plus 6, 13.
No.
And then my Gloomstalker attack is an 8 plus 7 is plus 6 even is 14.
Oh.
Every time I do Hail of Thorns, I always miss both attacks.
Yeah.
So, great.
Well, there you go. Now you've learnt your lesson.
Never do Hail of
To do
Thorns.
my cool stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Don't do it. Okay, very good. So then we come over to Pollux.
Yes. So as Moloch was doing that last speech of his,
Yeah.
if you looked Pollock's way, you would have noticed as he was doing this speech, his eyes have gone dark red. His hand has come out of his satchel and he's grabbed the shards of glass that he took from the windows as before. He's gripping them, so his hands be actually beginning to bleed.
Okay.
From the glass.
Take a wound.
Come on now.
Okay, fair enough. Keep going.
I'm not Lawrence. I'm not trying to... and if you were to look at his face, you see he's been crying.
Okay.
At hearing these words, because it just hits far too close to home for Hieronymus, these words that he's been hearing.
Right.
So he's fighting it almost, and he starts to look over the company of brothers that he's been spending this time with. His hand releases the shards like this, and they kind of form 4 like little spit arrowheads in the air. And again, he's looking over Hakote, he's looking over Rin and Jericho, Sahid, and Mubabi. And then he looks towards this guy here. So there's no Moloch, but this guy here.
Sure.
His eyes start to flicker back to what could only be described as somewhere between red and his normal eyes, Pollux's normal eyes. And he shoots those 4 arrows. Am I going to do 3 or 4? No, I'll do 3. Yeah, I'll do 4. Why not?
4.
Well,
Okay.
you said 4. So.
Yeah, I said 4. Towards this guy here. So I'm
Okay.
casting Magic Missile, which is an auto hit.
Okay.
But I'm doing it at 2nd level, so I'm spending a 2nd level slot, which means it's not just 3, it is 4 darts.
Okay.
Pew, 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 pew.
So what does this?
So
what
that
what
they
happens
are
now?
So I'm shooting them all on the same target.
Right.
They are 1d4 plus 1 each.
Sure. So you just roll 1.
1 and I time it by
Yeah.
4. Yeah. Yep. It's 4 plus 1. It's 5.
Oh! Just done 20 damage. So these ambling towards you, and suddenly these shards of glass, which have been taken from the monastery windows, which would have been painted with, like, things of the gods and all that sort of stuff, just shatter into this guy. They just pierce through him. Some of them just pass through him, like bones just kind of fly out the back. He is not to kill.
No kidding.
But he is in a very, very precarious way. He kind of stumbles just kind of like tries to keep moving as half of his body's literally just been torn off of him.
And these shards stop behind him. They don't fall to the ground. They are actually still floating behind him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So that is Pollux done. We now will come around to Moloch and friends. They charge towards you. Dunk, 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 and dunk. Okay, very good. So we'll start with the one which you have hurt there. He comes towards you, Pollux. He reaches out and slashes at you with this old, rusty longsword. That is a hit. He does a total of... that is 10 wounds, as this rusty blade just goes across your chest.
Oh dear.
Yes, very good. 10 wounds. Okay, great. What I will mention as well here is there are actually more skeletons, and they are engaging Mumbabi and Sahid. Again, we don't want to do that. Okay, very good. So that is the first one done. The second one will then come to Moloch. So he comes for you, Jericho. He draws out his mighty 2-handed longsword, goes to slash across your chest. Your armor class is, no, that is a miss. So you kind of just lift the shield and just goes on top of it there. The one then that's coming for you, Rin. Armor class?
15.
That is also a miss. You manage to kind of like step out of the way as, again, this kind of guy ambles towards you. This undead paladin swings out, misses wildly. And then the last one...
I will hit him before he hits me.
You will, because you readied that action.
Correct.
Go for your life.
So as he comes in ready, I can see one's coming directly for me, raises up his sword.
Mm-hmm.
My hand axe is ready. I launch it into the ground, actually cutting into his foot, pinning him to the floor. And then I do a somersault kick, and he snaps his head back, falls back onto the
Perfect.
ground.
Do
Yeah,
two
this is
criticals.
Perfect. Well,
One is one.
You get one attack.
He's done a
It's a critical.
It's representative. He's done it. Very good. It's very good. You did it.
right, this is with the axe, which I always seem to miss with.
Yeah, I
funny
know, right?
enough. So, which is actually better. So I get 2d6. It is a 3 and a 1, so 4 plus 4, so 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage,
Now,
not bad.
do I not get an offhand attack? Oh, because it's not my
It's
turn.
not your turn,
Yes, that's
but
right,
it's
yes.
cool that it's a critical because that represents you
Yeah.
going bang bang.
Yeah, that's
nice.
basically what I did.
Yeah, very cool. So he kind of like, he kind of goes, swings at you with his blade. And misses because you just criticaled him in the face.
I pinned him to the floor.
And I believe that anyway. Yes, I have attacked with everyone. So now it will come around to Jericho.
Yay!
Yes.
Right, so I've deflected his blow with my shield, and as he reels backwards, I say to him, "You have grown weak. Now you have sold yourself to the Demiurge. I will illuminate you with my brothers. The 9 die today." I'm gonna cast, use one of my spell slots and cast Bless on myself and you 3. For the next,
You can only do it on 3 people.
well, it says at high levels I can do 3
You
plus
don't
1.
have it. You don't have a second level spell slot yet.
I'll do it on you 3.
Do it on yourself, sure.
No, because I don't need it. So for the next minute, when you are making an attack, you roll an additional d4 and add that to your attack.
Oh.
Yes! Or your saving throw.
Yes. So when we're making an attack, yes.
So we
right.
get an extra d4 damage.
Yes, you roll d20 plus a d4. Yeah.
So when you're rolling to hit, it's plus d4.
Okay, very good.
Oh,
Bonus
okay.
action. Your bonus action.
As a bonus action, I will do my Vow of Enmity.
Yes, he will. That's why he doesn't need it.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So I have advantage against Moloch until for a minute or until he dies, and I will tell you this for free: he will die before the minute is up.
Oh!
Okay.
Okay, very good. So that is Jericho done. Epic. We come back to you,
really
Hakote.
good.
Wow, I mean, so I'm suddenly imbued with this holy energy, Bahana's blessing, and Hakote smiles viciously at this undead knight.
Yeah, you've just critical hit.
I'd kick the hilt of the axe, which flings it back up into the air,
Yeah.
catch it, then bring it down on his skull. D20 plus D4, thank you very much. So, I roll a 1 on the D4. Anyway, 9 plus 6, 15 is the...
You just missed.
Dismiss. Okay, that's fine. This obviously clangs into his helmet, but doesn't do any damage because guess what? The guy's got no brain. He's already dead.
He's dead.
But then what I do is bring the axe back up, and then with my sai, I try and puncture up through the jawline here. That is much better. So 15 plus 6, 21.
That's a hit.
Okay. This is D4 damage. Oh, it's the big 4 plus
Okay.
another 4. That's 8 points of damage.
Oh.
I don't want to alarm you, but I can remove the model.
No, you're fine.
No.
He's still alive, but I get like it's quite odd, like because you almost feel like when you hit these guys, like the bones almost go shift to go, but then like this energy kind of reforms them. But there's like chips and things starting to miss from their faces. He's kind of going. We then come over to and there's another bonus action.
Thanks. Yeah.
Come over to Rin.
Okay, so now that they've closed the gap, I sort of drop my bow to the floor. In one swift motion, I bring my short sword up in a sort of a sweeping uppercut against one of the skelly paladins in front of me, whilst also casting Hunter's Mark on him. So, very good. Plus, I mean, my D4 won't matter when I roll a 3. So,
Okay.
fine.
That's it.
That's my turn.
That's the turn.
Yep.
It happens to the best of us. We then will come over to Pollux.
Yes. So this blow has put me on my knees. I'm not in a particularly good situation damage-wise.
Sure.
So I'm kind of, I keel down. I'm bleeding out from my hand, from my face, and look up, and this guy that I attacked before is coming at me with his sword.
Yeah.
And that is when I feel this light emanate from within me, this blessing, it animates me to my feet. So it's not me that's moving; it's something that's moving me, like I'm Buhana's puppet, as it were.
There's someone else, probably.
It might. So I just shoot up and just grab his neck as he's raised his sword. My eyes are glowing white, and I just say, "Ish," and I cast Shocking Grasp on him. So that is a D20 plus my usual 6 plus the what? Plus what?
Plus D4.
D4.
Plus D4.
Yeah.
All right. So
Really cool ability, that bless.
yes,
Yeah.
great.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So D20. Well, it's 19. So I don't even worry about that.
You've hit.
Yes.
Finish him.
D8 damage. 8.
If you'd like to describe how this skeleton...
Pretty good.
So what happens is I lunge so quickly and so vigorously forward and grab him by his neck, and as soon as I said "Eesh," he just explodes in my hand. But because I've still got this forward momentum, I actually overcorrect and fall forward onto my face. But I get up, kind of dust it off, and seeing that I'm still actually badly damaged, that's when I reach into my satchel to get out one of my remaining vial.
Okay.
But that will be for my next action.
Yes.
And I'm going to take my prize.
Take your prize. Right, so we now come around to Moloch and friends. We'll start off with the one that you've been battering. He swings out at you. So yeah, he can't, like his head almost like gets knocked off, and it kind of goes. And he just goes. It stabs you through the chest with the longsword. He does that time.
No.
Yes.
That's not very nice.
You take a total of only 4 damage.
Oh.
So he doesn't obviously pierce you through the chest. It kind of stops, but he does go straight into your chest there.
Okay.
The one that is sparring with you, Rin. So you've just put the hunter's mark on him. And he's kind of just kind of goes. It's almost like he's trying to laugh, but he can't quite do it. He strikes out at you and misses wildly. Obviously, he's spending too much time laughing.
Yeah.
We come over to Moloch. So he's just seen you do all this, and he kind of smiles and he says, "The 9, as you can see, may be dead already, but we will be reborn, and you're here to witness it." Slams down on you with his longsword and misses and misses and misses.
I bet it's so epic.
But they're doing
Sparks of gold and white going on. Sparks of red as well.
That's them. That comes back to you guys. So it's now, actually, it's Jericho now.
Good grief.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, right. So I'm now attacking at advantage.
Yes.
May I please?
Yes. Please.
Yes. So these two quite large men, they are moving with quite a lot of speed and ferocity.
Vigor.
As Moloch's last blow was glanced off, he's he's opened up on his side. Well, it's nearly. It's a 19.
Okay, that's a hit.
You. And
Yes.
I think it's time.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my last spell slot and do a Divine Smite.
Oh!
So, we've got 1d8 plus 1d8. May I?
Yes.
Plus 1d8. Plus 1d8?
2d8 plus your longsword plus 6. So 3d8 plus 6 with your Divine Smite, because you're using a level 1 spell slot.
I think no, not D6, just plus 6.
Oh, plus 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus 6.
Well, that's not a good roll.
Ooh.
That's not a good roll.
No.
That's a really bad roll.
Yeah.
So that's only 11 points of damage.
Oh, no.
Only 11.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's still 11 points of damage.
it's still cool.
It could have
Could
been,
have been a lot more.
Could have been a lot more.
The battle of light and darkness continues.
Yes, it does. So this divine, what actually happens is this divine energy goes to pierce through him, but it kind of just gets absorbed in this red energy that's kind of surrounding Moloch now, and it kind of hurts him a bit, but he kind of goes, he kind of squeezes his fists, and it kind of pushes the energy out and then just dissipates into the air. Right, so it comes over to Hakote.
Okay, so blade attempts to go through my chest. What I do is I turn with the blade, so it actually cuts into my abdomen, but doesn't go through me, hence why I'm still alive.
Sure.
I will then continue to turn, and I go into this double elbow, which then comes out to the axe, taking his head off.
Okay.
A bit of Muay Thai style attack here.
I love it.
Let's open with, oh, that's pretty good, 19.
That's a hit.
Yep. Okay. That blessed is just absolutely epic.
Yeah.
So this is D6 because it is my axe. Oh, I rolled the big 6 plus 4. That's 10 points of damage.
Would you like to describe how you end this skeleton paladin?
I turn into the sword, like it cuts my torso, but I sort of go with it. I put the elbow in his face. It cracks the nose, and then the axe comes around and it decapitates this undead paladin.
Remove the model!
Yes!
Remove the model. You are working through these guys far too quickly for my liking. Okay, very good. It now comes over to Rin.
All right, so yeah, again, he sort of makes that horrible choking, laughing sound. I draw my scimitar and I just unleash this savage amount of blows. So we have a 17 plus a 1 and a 5 plus a 4 plus 6. So we've got a 15 on one and like a 24 on the other.
24 hits, 15 does not.
Okay, no worries. The damage, however, is 2 plus 5 plus 4, 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. The first blow has been struck. It is a savage one, but he is still alive. We now come over to Pollux.
All right. So, Pollux still badly damaged. He's got the vial in his hand and he's making his way. So he's going to go kind of around. So how far is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, he's kind of made his way around here. He's walking kind of up towards this way, but this is as far as he's getting for now.
Sure.
He's got the vial in his hands. He kind of wants to take it because it's still really badly damaged, and he's looking at this bleeding orb. You said.
Yeah.
And his eyes are still glowing white, but it kind of looks like they're fighting against the darkness.
Right.
And he's hearing voices in his head, and he's going. He looks at the vial. He holds his other hand out to where those shards landed previously. He looks at the vial, almost going to take it, but instead he goes, grabs the shards. They go, and they go right back into Moloch. That's his name, right? Moloch.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm doing that at second level once again.
Okay.
It's auto hit.
Right.
I've done 4 damage, plus 1.
It's 20 wounds is what you're telling me.
That's savage beyond belief.
How many spell slots do you have?
Well, I now have.
Seems to have used like,
Well, remember, cantrips don't use.
Yeah, exactly. So
like all of his like shocking grasps and stuff.
I've barely used any spell slots at all, actually, recently. So I've got
20 damage again.
I've got one.
That's really
one second level spell slot left.
Okay, very good. So these shards literally just pierce through. So where he's kind of going, and this energy is just suddenly these shards just go. They just like shooting through him. He's just going.
Once that's done, I collapse to my knees again, looking at the vial.
Yeah, I would probably take that.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So that is Pollux being a bad man. It now does come back to Moloch and friends. We will start off with
Friend,
very true. So he's now surrounded by the pair of you, this guy. So you've just struck at him, Rin. He's going to strike out at you now.
15.
Okay. Go away. Okay, we come to Moloch. Give me another dice. There it is. We come to Moloch. Now, Moloch looks at you, Jericho, and he kind of looks over his shoulder. He sees this, and he kind of says, he realizes that you are the threat at the moment. He swings out, crashes across your side with. Well, it seems that she is here with you. I rolled a 2. So even with all of the bonuses that he gets, that is not enough.
Wow.
He's been rolling horrifically under. That's him done. It now comes to you, Jericho.
Okay. Okay. Right, still at advantage.
Yeah.
So again, he tries to go for another blow, and you see Jericho sort of look at him as if almost sort of like sad, a bit disappointed at what he's become. That is on a 16.
No.
Ooh, okay.
So that sadness.
Shouldn't be feeling so bad.
So yeah, that sadness. He does actually lift his shield. He kind of catches your eyes there, and he goes. But it is now coming back to Hakote.
Right. So this one's still fighting both of us. I can see it just swung at you, missed you. I come in with a really savage low kick in the knee, trying to break the knee, and then bring the axe down across the back of its skull. For the purposes of this, we'll do the axe strike first. Yes, that will be 22.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, and the damage is 4, 5, 6 points of damage.
Okay, very good.
And then I attack with the knee. Oh, that's another 22.
Okay, that's a hit.
Roll a d4 on that one. And then this damage is 5 points of damage.
Okay, so
I've done 11 in total.
yeah, he is still standing, but it looks like his arm's about to fall off onto the ground.
And please.
He's not in a good way at all. Rin, that is you.
Okay, yeah, I intend. So seeing you open up the defenses as well, I go in for a strike, and it's that sort of real hunter sort of working in concert. It's 14 plus 6 plus 3, 23.
Yep.
The damage, this is my first attack, is a mighty 14.
Yeah, he's dead.
Excellent.
You'd like to explain how he is
Yeah,
removed.
so Hakote's kind of worked with the axe and the blows coming in there, and then as he's reeling back, I just almost leap on him, just drive the sword into his chest. I then look up at Moloch. I move my hunter's mark, but what I'm going to do is I'm now going to move round to here, keeping my distance. And I look to Hakote and Pollux, and then look at Jericho, and I sort of just move my swords down by my side. Let them fight.
Oh! Wow.
Okay, well, what do you do? It's your turn, Pollux. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Well,
I fire another magic missile.
I kill him.
Well, I'm still actually kind of facing the orb at this point in time. I've just gone back down to my knee, and I take the vial up to me again, and I look back at the orb, and I just go, damn you. And I take the vial. Now, I'm assuming that takes up my action.
Yes,
doesn't
it does.
Yeah, cool. So remind me what I get for
2d4 plus 2.
2d4
Yes.
plus 2. Come here. Cool. So that's 2, 6, 8.
8 wounds back. Okay, very good.
And yeah. So,
Right, so it now will come over to Moloch. He looks around at his fallen brethren. He sees that that you guys have kind of stepped back, and so he points at you, Jericho, and just charges in with all of his might. That is a hit.
Hey!
He does. Yes. As he brings his blade down, where you summoned the powers of Bahana, Moloch summons the powers of the Demreag. The blood, which is dripping around the orb, suddenly goes and hits into his blade as it fills it with this dark red energy as he slashes down upon you. He is doing a necrotic smite. Yeah, that would be what this is. So, he strikes out at you. You take a total of... That would be 21 damage.
Oh!
As this blade just crashes across your chest. That is what he does. Are you still standing? Oh. It now comes to you.
Okay. So, right, after taking that, he's fallen to a knee, essentially. I imagine you've sort of gone through the shield a bit with that blow.
In fact, the shield is just destroyed. For the sake of cinema. You still have your bonus and everything, but it's just destroyed.
Sure, okay.
Yeah,
In which case, I'll throw the shield to one side.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
I'm going to get up from the knee I just put on.
Yeah.
And I will hold my sword in both hands, like he's just done to me.
Yeah.
And I will strike him back. So I do hit you.
Okay.
I do hit you very nicely.
Yes, he does.
And I do, oops. I I've forgotten. Hang on.
You just rolled it.
I know, it's a 6. Do I get any...
It's +4 if you're using it two-handed.
It's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage
Yes.
as you slash him back. He is still standing, but he is starting to look not in the greatest of ways either. So it would now come around to Hakote. What are you doing? Are you letting this continue?
I've got 7 hit points left. Is that what you whisper to me?
7 hit points. Help me. What does that mean?
Yeah, I see you're quite badly wounded, aren't you? You're bleeding heavily, yeah.
Yeah.
And I assume you're like fighting in the center of the room at this point.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Because that would just look cool. I almost like out of nowhere, Jericho, you just see this flying snap kick collect him in the back of this temple, or at the side of the temple, and you hear a crack, an audible crack. One of his eyes, in fact, he's only got one eye, this guy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, his good eye starts to bulge out, and not in a good way.
What eye does Moloch not have?
They're opposites.
I was getting very concerned there. Oh damn! Yeah. I was getting very concerned.
Oh, yeah. Right. So I do go in and I attack.
Okay, very good.
This is going to be with the axe. But,
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Right. It becomes a 20 with the 18 plus 2, and then I get my. Does that mean a
Yeah, that's a
critical
hit. That's a hit. No, it doesn't. No.
4 plus 4, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay.
And then the unarmed strike. It's also a hit. 19.
I'm just going to bless him. He's just blessed.
I do another 6 points of damage.
Oh, he is still alive, but he drops to a knee as well and is heaving. It would now be your turn, Rin.
Okay, so seeing that you've run in,
Yeah.
I put my weapons away.
He always gets upset with me.
I actually move round behind Jericho, and I just say to him, "This is your kill, my friend." I put my hand on your shoulder, but I am with you, as are we all. And I cast Cure Wounds on you. So you heal. You only heal 4 points.
I'll take it.
But yeah, you sort of feel this surge of, like life energy flows through you. But that is my turn.
Very good. Okay, well, with that, it would come to Moloch. He looks around him. He's just been kicked in the back of the head. He's just been healed over here. There's some guy in the corner who's been throwing glass at him. He's not happy. But he pulls himself up and he says, "I'm taking you with me." Brings his sword down upon you. It is a hit. He does a total of 12 wounds.
That's one more than I had.
I know.
What, even with the bonus that you had, the healing you had?
Yeah.
No, the healing.
You are knocked clean across the face with his blade. It cuts across the ridge of your nose. You feel your nose just shatter completely. You spin on the spot and fall to the ground. Obviously, you are not completely dead at this point, but you're not in a good way. It now would be Jericho's turn. So if you roll a 20,
Come on!
you can stand up and I will let you attack.
Well, yes, because that's the rules.
No.
Because it's epic, he's going to roll the 20!
Roll the 20.
As he falls to the ground, everything goes very dark. But in the distance, he sees a very, very faint light. And in that light, a hand is being held out.
Surely there's a bonus!
There's no bone.
Of course there is!
Unfortunately, you're closer to being alive than dead at the moment.
Oh, jolly good.
That's good, isn't it? Yes. Right. So then it does come around to you,
Hang on,
Hakote.
have I had a turn yet?
Pollux hasn't, no.
No.
You healed yourself, didn't you?
Oh, that was my action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's still your.
That was
it's come
last
around to
turn.
you.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
but I
fine.
think he gets another.
Yeah, because then Hakote comes in trying to kill still.
Yeah, because I went last, so
Yeah.
it would be. Bollocks.
Oh, right. Well, actually,
Can I roll the D20 again?
you would have got to. That means that you actually would have got to attack before. Yeah. So I just skipped you out, didn't I?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
So, we can
in that case,
we can go as is, and I'll just go.
No.
No.
We can.
Okay.
We'll take it back a step. So you haven't been hit yet.
Oh,
You had a magic mist that was left?
well. So okay, so you're up. You're still up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
we've,
gosh.
We've gone back in time slightly.
Yeah.
The hand I was just talking
The
about.
power of the temple.
No, this is your warrior sight seeing this is what's about to happen if this blow goes through.
No, this is Borhana intervening.
Yeah.
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 Yes, come on!
Okay. So, just
May I just hang on a sec?
Yeah, go.
How about instead of you getting this turn, what we actually say is Beard rolled that 20, and he gets up, because I am the dungeon master, and I think that would be
And you skip his turn.
and I think that we might come back to you, but I think this would be a much more epic way of doing it.
You're saying
Yes.
if
You
you sacrifice my turn,
Yes.
you will count it so that he rolled a 20 and he's back on his feet.
Yes.
Go for it, mate.
Yes.
Go for it. Of course I'm going to sacrifice my turn!
That's all calm down.
So he's back on 1 hit point.
He's back on 1 hit point. He stands up.
Okay, but I've lost. My vow of enmity's gone, hasn't it?
I don't believe so. I think it just says it lasts for a minute or until
the person
the
dies.
person is knocked unconscious.
That's not you.
Not you. Your anger and vengeance transcends life and death.
This was meant to be Joe.
It's a hit. It's a hit.
Meant to be!
Maximum damage! I don't want to alarm you.
Yeah.
That's 12 points of damage.
If you'd like to describe.
Yes! Yes, it was meant to be!
The hand in the darkness reached far enough to pick him back onto his feet again. He grabbed his sword with both hands and removed Moloch's head from his shoulders.
Yes!
That is indeed what happens. I had written an epic outro, but I think a beheading is much more better.
But it's, yeah.
Yeah.
And that is where we will leave this session.
Oh, nice.
Jericho, it appears your trial is complete.
Oh, goodness for that.
Which one of you is next? Find out next time. But until then, you keep being adventurers.